Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to you all. Dear boys, today we are going to study the lesson 1, that is classifying plants and animals, from the chapter 1 classifying living things for the subject science. We are going to continue with the pages 26 and 27 in the today's lesson. So let's talk about the learning objectives of today's lesson. What are some other kingdoms? Plants, vascular plants and non-vascular plants, whereas we are going to discuss about fungi or yeast, mushrooms and molds. These are the examples of fungi, where the protist, unicellular microbes, microscopic organisms and multicellular organisms. These are the learning objectives of our today's lesson. So let's continue with the lesson, where we are going to talk about what are some other kingdoms. When we are looking to the page 26, there we can see that when people think of living things, they often think of animals. However, the other kingdoms include fascinating organisms that are having very important role to the life on the earth. So here we can see that the plants, fungi and the protist, these are the other kingdoms which we are going to study here. In particularly, when we are talking about the plants, here we are going to study about the vascular plant and non-vascular plants. So here, when we talk about the vascular plants, particularly these kind of the plants, they are in the first division of plants, is based on the presence or absence of vascular tissue, veins or tubes in root, stem and leaves. And these plants that have these kind of vascular tissue, veins or tubes in roots and stem and leaves, they are called as vascular plants, whereas when it is absent, we call them as the non-vascular plants. So let's see here about the vascular plants and non-vascular plants. This is the largest group in the plant kingdom, which we call it as the vascular plant, and these plants have a well-developed system for transporting water and food, because they have the true roots, stems and leaves, so through which they can do the transporting of water and food to the different parts of the plant. So here, and also they have the vascular bundles, or we can say that vascular tissue. So this is the first part which we can say about the plants. They are of two kinds, these in which the roots, stems and leaves as well as the vascular tissues are present. We call them as the vascular plant, whereas the another kind of plants, that is non-vascular plants, are in which there are, these plants do not have a well-developed system for transporting water and food, because there is an absence of root and stem as well as leaves. So these plants, they get nutrients direct from the environment and pass them cell to cell, and this keeps the plants very small in size. So the examples are roses, arrowroots and cornroots. So these are the pictures which we see are the pictures for the non-vascular plants. Here also you can see them. Because here they cannot make their own food here, and they get their nutrients and the food directly from the environment, and they pass from cell to cell. Another thing which we are talking, that is about the fungi. Fungi, whereas the singular of fungi is the fungus, which includes the organisms such as yeast, mushrooms and molds. They do not make their own food. Some species of fungi cause diseases, but others play a very important role in the environment by breaking down dead organisms, and they help us by recyclers recyclers to return the nutrients to the soil, making it richer of other living things. One important fungus is Penicillium notatum. This fungus species makes the penicillin, which is the antibiotic that can save the lives by killing many types of bacteria. So this is the fungi, of which we can see that one of the important fungus is Penicillium notatum, which is from which we can make a antibiotic, that is the penicillium, and it kills the many types of bacteria. So further we can see the pictures for the yeast and mushrooms here as well. You can see the mushrooms and all. So the another thing which we are going to talk here, that is about the kingdom protist. Here protists are usually unicellular, but some are multicellular organisms. Most protists, they are found in water. For example, amoeba, which is unicellular, whereas the algae can be unicellular or multicellular organisms. So you can see here the kingdom protist, where the plant-like protist, they perform the function of photosynthesis, and the example is of kelp and plankton. These are the examples. This is the example of kelp. This is the example of the plant called plankton. Another is of animal-like protists. They are of amoeba. You can see here the first picture of amoeba, and another is of paramecium. So here about some examples of protists are algae, amoeba, paramecium, and some are other examples here we can see in the picture. Here this is the kelp, which you can see here, which is an example of protist. So the protist kingdom contains some organisms that resemble plants and other that resembles animals. So in protist you are finding plants as well as animals. This kingdom includes mostly unicellular microbes, microscopic organisms, as well as some multicellular organisms. And as we have seen here, they have the plant-like protists make their own food, whereas the animal-like protists, they obtain the food from the environment. So this is all about the other kingdoms. There are some other kingdoms which we are talking, that is of plants, fungi, and the protists. So with this kind of discussion, today we are going to conclude here the today's lesson. I'll be back with the new lesson, with the new video. Till then, thank you and goodbye.